We are previewing Jackson Juneteenth. Joining us is the mayor of the city of Jackson, Daniel Mahoney from Jackson College, Chief Diversity Officer Kelly Crum, and the City of Jackson Chief Equity Officer John Willis. Welcome to the show.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
It's
Happy to be here,
always
Bart.
great to have you here.
Oh boy.
You've got this year's Juneteenth packed with more things than probably ever before. It sounds like you've got the biggest
Man,
three-day event we've ever had.
exciting, great exciting weekend, man. We can't wait to get this started, Bart. It's gonna be so exciting.
So John, Daniel, and Kelly, they're going to tell us about all 3 days and all the components that are happening coming up this week already. And I know you guys have been working on this for months. Can you believe it's this week already?
Man,
A long 9 months, but a fun 9 months, especially when I get to work with, the mayor, our chief equity officer, as well as Kevin Brown from Spring Arbor, Leslie Bowes from Baker College, Anthony Parker from ASP, and of course our trustee as well as undersheriff Chris Simpson. So we had a lot of laughs, a lot of cries.
yeah,
But
lot of work.
it's been fun. So we're excited. We're here. Again, this is I think I said this is the last time I came. What year is this, Bert? Our
20th?
19th year.
19th.
You're
Yep.
Real close. Put you on the spot.
You're right there on it, Bart. You're on top of it, though.
It's our 19th year that Jackson College has hosted Juneteenth, and we have just expanded, right, with our community partners that have helped us get to where we're at, to be downtown Jackson once again, to bring first awareness of what Juneteenth is, right, and then the celebration, the Elglick's Kids Zone,
Yes.
the panel discussion, the play that we're doing, just phenomenal week this is going to be for Juneteenth, and we'll be up probably a lot this week, just making sure that we have checked all of the boxes for our community.
Well, I think our community, more than a lot of other communities, understands Juneteenth because that
definitely.
we've had this for so
Yes,
many
for
years.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
Yes, sir. 19, according to Kelly. There we go.
When this started, Mayor Mahoney couldn't drink beer yet because he was that young. So let's go through the week. Starts Thursday with social justice and criminal justice reform, a panel discussion at the King Center. What's that all about?
So it's over at the King Center. Undersheriff Chris Simpson put a nice panel together for us, and this started in COVID when we had to go virtual for the entire event. We really thought about what can we do to still have Juneteenth, and it was really important to us to have that discussion that year. And this discussion has just continued because every year that we talk, we continue to yield positive results and build positive relationships between the community and law enforcement, and have these open, honest discussions about what does criminal justice reform look like? What does it look like specifically in Jackson? What are the needs? What are the questions that the community have? And this year we moved it from, for the last couple of years, we've had it at the Michigan Theater, and we wanted to be closer to the community so that people could access it easier. And we moved it over to the King Center this year, especially we having that renovation over there. It's just the proper place for us to have it.
Yeah, I think this actually started the panel even before all that defund the police stuff and all the various issues that were happening in some of the other larger cities. We were talking about it even before that.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's Thursday. And then Friday, we do go to the Michigan Theater.
Yes.
We have a-
So Friday we have the play at the Michigan Theater. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Showtime at 7 o'clock. The play is written and directed by Lisa Williams. All local actors, and hopefully some cameos in there from some great people from around the community. And it should be a great play. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Mayor, I just want to know, does Bart have a cameo?
Do I have a part?
I mean, you should have one.
You can throw Bart. You
Can
can
we
always
still
throw
make that
Bart in
happen?
there.
Yeah,
Well, from time to time, I do get asked to be in a play, you know,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
like a walk-on, but I can't remember my lines.
you just gotta make it up.
We just have you play Bart Harley, and you just
So that's what I do. I make up the lines,
Yeah.
and then they don't ask me back.
Yeah.
Remember the Mouse That Roared?
sir.
I had a big part in the Mouse That Roared at Jackson High School. I couldn't remember my lines, and it was different every night. It was a
Oh,
different
Wow,
show.
different show. Yeah, that's a little variety though.
Yeah.
That's variety. Yeah.
Well, there's a writer's strike anyway, so I would have to come up with my own lines anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't know that
No
writing
problem.
strike was still going on right
Yeah.
now.
Are you in it Friday?
No,
Are you guys in it?
I should be in it.
All right, Friday night at the Michigan
Just host.
Theater.
Yeah.
Now, everything's free too. All the
Yes.
events.
Yes.
Everything is
Most
free.
definitely. Yeah.
Except for the popcorn and the pop
Yeah.
and the candy. No, we just support Michigan Theater and make sure people bring money for that.
All right, now let's talk about Saturday, because that's the big day when most of the activities are
That's
happening.
right.
You want to talk about that?
Sure. Saturday's a big day, man. Saturday we got a job fair that starts. Job fair starts. What time is it? 2 o'clock, Kel? 2 o'clock job fair starts. We've got great entertainment. We have the Al Glick Kids Zone. This is something really special, Bart. You've got, aside from the normal bouncy houses and things like that, you've got the bubbles, man. I don't know what to call it, but the bubbles. It's just the bubbles. The kids know what it is. When they see those bubbles, they have a fit. But it's a
Mr.
great
Foam.
display set up. What is it?
Mr. Phone.
Mr. Foam. Mr. Foam. So Mr. Foam will be there. There's a game room, a digital game room that is there also, and we've got unbelievable entertainment. We have the Corzo Effect, which includes Big Rob from Jackson, wonderful singer, excellent singer. They start off with the Corzo Effect. After that, we have Terrence Hawkins and Chantel Hawkins. Great saxophone player, pastor, and his wife, Chantel. You're talking about blow. They're going to blow. They're going to do really, 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 really well. It's going to be entertaining right here. And then we finish off with a national known artist, Tim Bowman, who's had a #1 jazz album in this country, who's out of Detroit, but they'll be here on Saturday doing what they do for Juneteenth. So you can't miss this. This is huge, man. Huge opportunity to hear some wonderful music, all types of food down there. It's going to be an exciting day on Saturday. We've also got a police simulator coming in. So this is where we're working on building that relationships. 5 pillars of Juneteenth: education, history, employment, healthy living, and financial literacy. So building on those 5 pillars, we've got that relationship. The history of that relationship hasn't been strong. So to work this, we've got the police officers are coming down. They're bringing the police cars down. They're bringing the fire trucks down. But they're bringing this police simulator. So sometimes you wonder what it's like when police are in these situations where they're required to make a decision. You get a chance to make that decision on Saturday. You get a chance to come down and see what it's like to be under that pressure, to be able to make those kind of decisions. So just with that kind of builds off our judicial think tank and working to strengthen that relationship and strengthen an understanding of where the community is, where law enforcement is, and how do we heal the past.
So that'll be really a theme for all 3 days, but it really kicks off at the MLK Center on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Most
Now,
definitely.
Kelly, JC already has hosted a criminal justice forum this year.
We
So
did.
you're going to just kind of piggyback on that with another forum on Thursday at the King Center. And I'm sure
Absolutely.
Under Sheriff Simpson is going to be on that panel.
Yeah.
Who else?
Great pair, man. You got Jerry Jarzinga. Come on, Kels. Who we got? Go through there. We got
So we have
police chiefs.
Pastor Corey Pryor. He will be our moderator along with
Shalonda
Hunt.
School board.
And so we have the MDOC, all our law enforcement here in Jackson, as well as our prosecutor will be there,
Prosecutor's
or
office,
someone
yeah.
from the office will be there. So it will be a really great lineup of individuals from our community to talk about the issues that I think our community want to ask. Ask
Attorney
the
George
questions.
Lyons,
Oh
yeah.
yes, Attorney George Lyons. Ask the questions. We want to continue to bridge the gap with our community law enforcement. They've been very open. We have monthly meetings with this Juneteenth think tank, as well as law enforcement. And so we're able to have those tough conversations to make sure our community is safe. And having our mayor a part of that has been instrumental on making sure those lines of communication are open. So we're asking the public to come out and join us. We will have some little treats, I think. Oh, and we're doing giveaways, right?
That's right.
We're going to do $100 giveaways, five $100 giveaways. So we'll do raffle drawings on
ASP
Thursday.
Logistics provided that.
Yeah,
Gifts
they
and
did
certificates.
at the King Center. So a host of events, but I would be remiss if we didn't have John just speak a little bit about what is Juneteenth and why we're really doing this. Like,
really,
it's so important,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
We talk about the celebration, all the vendors. Like, we have like 110 vendors.
125.
125 vendors,
No.
yeah.
125 vendors downtown Jackson.
So you're right. The way John tells the history of Juneteenth is awesome, and I don't think we can hear it enough. But would you refresh?
We'll give you the elevator version, Bart.
Okay.
So, elevator, which was created, by the way, by Alexander Miles, who's an African American creator there. So, the elevator version. In 1865, keep in mind, this is 2 years, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all slaves in Confederate states, 1863. 2 years later, there are still bastions of slavery across the country. What happened is the slaves that weren't in Confederate states were not free. Those that were, they began marching them west. Remember, Texas seceded from Mexico because they still wanted to maintain slavery, to own their slaves. So they started marching slaves thousands of miles. Read in one book, The Half Has Never Been Told, Bart, they had walked, some of them, over 40,000 steps a day. Because they wanted to get to where they felt they would be protected and they could still maintain their slavery. Well, General Gordon Granger and 1,800 Bluecoats pull into Galveston, Texas, the last bastion of slavery, where there are 250,000 people still enslaved. After 2 years later, and keep in mind, during this time, this is 1865. So what happened in April? What happened in April of 1865? Crew, what happened in April of 1865? President Lincoln was slain. So President Lincoln, the executive who signed that order, was now dead.
Yes.
But they still marched in with Gordon Granger and read General Order Number 3, letting them know that slavery had ended. The executive order had freed them. So they had a celebration, and that celebration began right on that day with them drinking strawberry drinks, red Kool-Aid as we call it, and celebrating with music and all those celebrations that still continue on today to remember the last bastion, to keep in mind, Bart, when he signed this Emancipation Proclamation, it was not just his intent to free all of the slaves, because they weren't freed until actually December 6th of 1865, the 13th Amendment. But it was to help him gain soldiers. This is the middle of the Civil War. He gained 180,000 soldiers by signing the Emancipation Proclamation to help win that Civil War.
Amazing story, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
unbelievable that it actually happened.
Yes, it
and
is,
It
it
took so
is.
long for people to find
But
out.
we do have a beautiful celebration that comes for it, and it's something we don't take for granted every single day. During that time, Frederick Douglass had even spoke at one July 4th holiday prior to this, and he said, what is this holiday to us? What does it mean to us? Because there were still people that were enslaved. So they spoke about it, but here on Juneteenth, it commemorates that last bastion of slavery. So we get to come out, have some great food, have some great fun, just strawberry Kool-Aids with all of the different soul foods and things. We got their strawberry drink and celebrate Juneteenth. So that's the short version.
Really, it's a 3-day celebration. This year, the first time in several years that Juneteenth actually falls as a federal holiday on Juneteenth, June 19th.
That's right.
Monday. We also have, here at JTV, we've been filming interviews with community leaders,
Yes.
including, I think, all of you participated.
Yes.
And that will be on TV and available on the internet as well.
Right.
Correct.
Right. They're starting to show those already. Right. They're ready to show those right as soon as
Get
they
them this
receive
week.
them. So yeah, this
Yep,
week.
T will get them to them this
This
week,
week.
and we'll put those out.
And then JTV does, George does a just unbelievable job with that stuff, man. And with the mayor and Kelly, Kelly gets
I
on
wasn't-
does what she. You didn't do it this time, Kelly?
No, I passed the torch this
Did
time.
you? Oh, okay,
I
all
passed the
right.
torch and let
Well,
someone
we got
else
the
do it.
mayor pulling on it. Do we have Anthony? Who do we have? I know Chris Simpson. So we have
have
some
Leslie
people
Bowles.
interviewing some
Wow.
businesses in Jackson. What it took for them to get into business, what their challenges they had to overcome, how they succeed, how they're doing in business, and get a chance to expose some new businesses to the city. So
Yeah, Leslie Bowles is featured on this, and Leslie, you
can
left
share
your
it.
umbrella here. And because it hasn't rained for a month, she probably doesn't know.
yeah,
Well,
we
I
finally
can-
got some yesterday. Finally got a little bit
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Like,
Like,
First
we're like,
time,
we'll
yeah.
take it to her. But you know what? This all wouldn't happen, right? If we wouldn't have JTV,
That's
Byron
right,
Hawley,
that's
like
right, yeah.
continuing to
Yeah.
help us spread the word
Huge,
about
huge.
all of the great things that we do,
Yeah,
especially at the
yeah.
college. So
Well,
we're
look at this
excited.
place. This is just crazy. You remember how it was early on, Carol? This is like, it's like we
Can we
like
see some
NBC
pictures?
Studios. Like, we like,
I feel so
well,
like
we got the
important
green
sitting
room
up on
now.
the-
We got all types of things.
Yes,
This is
that's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah, John loves to tell a story that the buttons didn't work.
Yeah, well, so hey, I kid you not, Daniel, when he first interviewed me, we were at the crossing. Bart's doing the interview, but he's working the camera, and the button was broke. So he had to keep catching it, getting it back. But he never stopped. John, whatever, he's still working that button though. That's phenomenal. To go from that, Bart, to what you have today, you are a
amazing.
testament for our city of Jackson. You are a voice that we appreciate what you do here.
Yes,
Celebrate JTV. That's important to us, and you're there for every cultural event in this
Yes,
city.
yes.
JTV
Right.
finds a way to cover that,
That's
and then the
so
high school
important.
coverage of things that you do. You're a beacon for our community. We appreciate that.
Well, thanks so much. And we'll do a lot of celebrating this week. We just cut the ribbon at Loomis Park on
Yes,
Friday.
yes, beautiful.
Tonight,
Tonight you're coming to Jackson College, right?
we'll be there.
Okay, for our ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yeah.
At our
It's certainly
complex
wonderful
there.
thing.
Beautiful. It is beautiful. You've got to see it.
Yep, everyone's welcome. We'll see you all at Juneteenth this week.
Yeah.
Can't
All
wait.
right.
Can't
Be
wait.
there.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Our mayor, Daniel Mahoney, Chief Diversity Officer at Jackson College, Kelly Crum, and Jackson's Chief Equity Officer, John Willis.